Hey everybody, welcome to The Blacklist, the show where we interview the elite. Today we have Travis Harwood on my right, and he is the founder of No Slap. So No Slap is actually pretty viral, dude. Like I'd say at this point, how many views would you say in total?
It's probably 50, 60 million
Yeah, 50, 60 million, dude.
between all the platforms.
Yeah, that's insane. And that doesn't account for major celebrities or like YouTubers like David Dobrik posting about it and things like that,
Correct,
right? That's
correct.
just your
That's just
own.
that's just our page.
Yeah, and so if you're familiar with, like, smelling salts and things like that, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen videos, and you might have seen a video of one of theirs because 50 to 60 million views is a lot, right? So, walk me through kind of when you started, building out No Slap, why, utilize that product versus anything else you could have done.
Yeah.
What was the thought behind it?
It's kind of a interesting story. So I've always been somewhat sensitive, I guess you say, to caffeine or don't like the side effects.
Yeah.
If I take it late in the afternoon, I'm up till 2 and 3 in the morning. And I always wish there was something that would just give me a little bit of a alertness or energy later in the day that wasn't going to affect my sleep.
Yeah.
And so that had always been in the back of my head. And I started doing powerlifting in the gym, and I was introduced to smelling salts.
Yep.
And I thought, man, this definitely gives you some alertness. It definitely wakes
Yeah.
you up if you've ever tried them before. And I thought, well, I'm going to go out and buy one that's portable that I can just keep in my pocket, or if I'm driving.
Yep.
And so I went and searched online for it, and I couldn't find anything. They were all just in big pill bottles,
Yeah.
that's primarily targeted just for powerlifters.
Right, right.
And so I'm like, well, if there's nothing out there, I'll just create my own.
Yeah.
Well, I ran the idea by, a few friends and people, and everyone like, "Dude, that's a great idea." But I just slept on it. Just like most people, you have an idea like, I don't have time, or
Yeah.
maybe
Yep.
it's only a good idea to me. So I slept on it for a couple of years, and and then I just kept nagging me. I need to do this. And then was looking at social media, and I thought I could probably marry the two together, and create some good content online. And so about June of last year, I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. I just sold some businesses, and I was in a position where I had a little bit of time to make it happen. So hired a chemist, started formulating. The first couple tries didn't work, as far as finding out what I exactly wanted. But
Yeah.
after a lot of trial and error, we finally created a bottle that was portable, that's still what we call slapped,
Yep,
hard,
yep.
hard enough. And so we launched in August of 2022, and we made some videos. And it's funny, we didn't think it would take off. We thought it would be a pretty big ramp up period. So we actually posted a couple of videos just to get them out there before our website was even live.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, the second video we posted got over 3 million views.
Yeah, just like that, huh?
Just
Super
like
easy.
just out of the gate. I mean,
Yeah.
and at the time I didn't know better, but looking back now, we kind of just got a little bit lucky, but we've continued to have that luck and success. And I think our next video got 1 million views plus, and then it's been good ever since. So we continue to get good traction, good support online.
Yep.
Um, and there's where we're at today. We just launched our 2.0 bottle, and so that's kind of the genesis and the story of No Slap.
Walk me through like how the trials look like, the trial and error when you hire the chemist, like because I mean, you're the one trying it,
Yeah,
all the time. Like, how do you determine like, oh yeah, this is good. This is a good enough slap. Like, yeah, what's
uh,
your thought process
that's
through
a
that?
it's a great question. So there's two ways you can make smelling salts. There's, not to bore you too much, but you can do aqua ammonia and alcohol
Yep.
is to the traditional way to make it happen. And so it's funny, like I said, I hired a chemist, and he told me the formulations, and so I actually set up shop in my backyard, and I had scales and bottles and stuff, so my neighbors could see. I'm sure they thought I was like up to
Yep.
something, but uh, we really wanted something we could take to the masses, and so we quickly realized that using a liquid based or aqua ammonia type setup wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And so we went a different direction with a true, smelling salt. And, the hard thing is trying to find the right bottle. The original couple bottles we tried didn't work. And so just ordered a million different bottles from different places,
Yep.
and after, like I said, a couple months of really trying out different products, taking them to friends, a lot of slapping myself with it.
Yep.
Finally found the right you know amount of smelling salts to put in there, the perfect size bottle that had the perfect lid and everything like that. And it still wasn't perfect, but it was better than anything out there
Yeah.
on the market. And then after we launched, we kind of started on our new bottle. We wanted something a little bit, uh, that lasted longer, a little bit stronger. It's even better and portable. And so,
Even stronger
yeah.
than the
Well,
first one.
the cool thing about our new bottle
Yeah.
that we just launched is it truly is gives the ability for you to control the slap that you want.
That's good.
Uh, the ones in the gym, it's a big pill bottle. You
Open it.
unscrew it,
Yeah.
and it's a
You get a whiff, dude.
yeah, and it's almost too strong to me.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I do powerlifting, I don't want to feel like I'm knocked on my butt. I just want enough to give me that
Yep.
that boost of energy. And
And how does this do that?
so with our new bottle here,
Which one is the? So are both of those the new bottle?
these are both the new bottle. I didn't
Okay.
I didn't bring our original one, but the original one is you have to add the water to it,
Yep.
and then the lid was a little bit tricky because we want to make sure it's childproof.
Yeah. That's true.
So the beauty of this one is we wanted to accomplish a few different things. One is we wanted it to be active on demand, and we wanted the perfect amount of water. And so with with ours, you had to, if you didn't get the right amount of water, it could, one, make it not strong enough, or two, it wouldn't last the proper amount. So
Yeah.
this one comes with the water already in the cap.
So how does it work then?
So the way it works is it comes shrink wrapped, and then you just take off the shrink wrap. There's a perforation there that you'll take off, and so you just take it down to the below the lid here.
I'm always nervous when like testing these because I saw the Joe Rogan episode and he's so adamant on people trying smelling salts, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
So, anyways,
they're awesome. So you take it like that, you get the shrink wrap off, and then what you do is you just twist it closed.
you twist it to
Yep,
close.
yep. You tighten it, and what that does is there's a valve in there, and that drops the essential oils in the water into the tube.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so the moment you snap it, it's ready to go.
Yeah. So once you twist that closed, it drops it into the chamber there. You shake it. You know, you tap it a little bit, let all the salt, settle the bottom,
Yep.
and then you're ready to slap. So you have to wait about 5-10 minutes for it to fully
Yeah.
activate the first time. But I brought one that's
It's already
it's already
activated.
activated. I activated it before I
All right.
came in.
Should we have Nick come in here and test it for us?
We test out. So this one is cool because there's really three ways you can try it. So you can go light, which is you just pop the top and
Okay, so there's different lids then. The top.
so it's squeezable.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So you can just pop the top and there's a valve and you can get what we call like a light slap.
I'll do that.
Well, give you the light slap, and then if you want
All
to,
right, we have Nick in here. Let's have Nick do the hardest slap. No, I'm just kidding.
you want a hard slap, Nick,
Yeah,
or
let's do a hard slap. I'm just kidding, dude. You
Well,
could choose
we'll let him do both. So we'll start you off with a light slap, and then
both. That's
we'll go
even
up from there.
worse.
So all right, you ready?
And that's the light slap. Hell no, I'm not doing that hard slap, dude. That was already.
That's light.
That's the light.
I'm gonna pass on whatever the hard.
Andrew, do you want to try the hard slap? You don't have to.
You
Okay, he's gonna skip. All right, fuck it. I'll have
we got to get you. I got you.
All right. Let me
here
try
we
that. Oh my gosh, dude, that hits like right away. Can you tell? Like I'm like on the verge of tears. Oh, but you get like you're alert like right away.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Is it instantly makes you
It like
alert.
clears your your sinuses.
We don't promote it for that, but we've had a lot of people say that it clears their sinuses
Yeah.
or takes their headache away. Again, that's not our intention for it, but we've got a lot of feedback.
For safety purposes, how many times can they do this a day? Or how many times should they do this a day? Just
So it's
once?
kind of like we look at it just like anything, like caffeine or anything like that.
Yeah.
Moderation is probably best, but I'll take it You know, it depends on the day. If I'm driving, you know, I'll take it, you know, 3 or 4 times through a drive, you know, if I'm
Yeah.
driving for a few hours at night.
Like if you're doing like a like if you're doing like a road trip.
Yeah, so, you know, I had an experience one time where I was up camping with my boys, so I took them up in the mountains, and I didn't have any caffeine, and you're sleeping on the ground, so it's hard, and
Oh,
you
yep.
don't sleep, so we're coming back down from camping, and, you know, it's in the mountains, so there's not a whole lot of places you can turn off for very long, so
Yeah.
I'm getting tired, you know, I don't, I'm like, "Man, this is tough," and I realized I'd had some nose slap with me. So I just took a nice big slap, and it instantly took away that white knuckle tiredness
Yeah.
for about 30 minutes.
Wait, so that would be really good for like truckers.
Yeah, so we've had a ton of truck drivers giving us feedback. Uh, had someone this morning reach out and said, "Hey, you know, I was addicted to energy drinks,
Yep.
and you've been able to help me get me off caffeine." Uh, you know, and like I said, we don't hate on caffeine, and I'll still occasionally take it in the morning. I just for me, if I take it late in the day, it really messes up my sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The thing with driving too is I'm an old man, so when I drink caffeine, I'm stopping every hour to pee. You know,
Yeah.
if I drink a monster, I mean that stuff will go right through you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So with this, you don't have any of those negative effects.
So what types of people are like purchasing this on a regular basis? Like people that work out, truckers, who
Yep.
else?
You know, we've even had a lot of desk workers. You
Okay,
know,
yeah. Yeah.
accountants, things like that. Anybody who's at their desk for a substantial period of time. You know, for me, this is almost a procrastination buster as well.
Oh,
You
100%
know,
cuz
because you're sitting there and you got to write a report or something like that. You know, you take that and you're forced to kind of be in the mode.
yep.
We've had a lot of sales guys that need to make a sales call or something
Yep.
like that. They'll take it just to kind of bust themselves out of their state they're in to
Yeah.
get them in a mood to get moving.
Dude, our head of enrollment, Jake, he's coming tomorrow, but anyways, he tried that. And for like a week straight, he was like, dude, I need some more of that's like, that nose slap. He's like, he would just make a lot of jokes about it because he, like, yeah, like, sales reps, like, they're on calls every single day. Some people have to like dial,
Yep.
100 phone calls a day. And that can get really tedious. That can get really boring. You can get really tired. So stuff like this is just like an automatic, just,
Yeah.
opener,
I had a guy I know that's a therapist, and he's like, I got to write reports every day.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just have to drink an unhuman amount of coffee to
Oh, yeah.
get going, just to write everything. So he's like, he loves it. He's like, I can take
Do
this.
people use that in the morning too? When they just wake up and
Yeah,
just,
a lot of people are doing it to get themselves going in the morning. It's been crazy to see a lot of first responders.
yeah,
Just had a first responder today says, hey, keeps him in the truck in his locker,
yeah.
and just does it. It's great for night shift workers, because they
Oh, 100%.
they, they
Yeah.
they don't want to drink caffeine an hour before they go home because they want to go home and go to sleep.
Yep. That's
And
true.
so, for them, if they drink caffeine a couple hours before they get off, they may go home and go to sleep, but they're not going to get in that restorative sleep
Yeah.
rhythm, and so it's just a vicious cycle for them. So
You know what's funny? Like to me, this type of product is a very like viral product because you see a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of people on Instagram, just using that as like a joke, right? Or like, hey, try this,
yeah, yeah,
sniff this, or or power lifters, they like, oh, they get all
yeah,
fucking ready to, and they take that and then they crush it. But like when you're talking about it, you're saying like, yeah, a lot of people actually experience really good results with it because they eliminate things like caffeine. They are able to like you said, graveyard shift, right? They work really hard at night. They don't want to drink coffee and have to stay up when at the time that
exactly. Yep.
they have to sleep. So you see this as a business owner as beneficial to certain types of people, and everybody else is kind of seeing this as like, hey, like
Yeah,
let's let's get slapped, and
it
but
is.
you know that though, so and that's
Yeah,
what you play to, right? If
yeah,
not, you wouldn't have gotten those 50, 60 million
yeah,
views. So you're making an impact the other way, but knowing what appeals to like the majority of the people, right?
yeah. Well, it's interesting because our videos of us just going and testing and letting people try it have gone viral, but we've also had some viral videos of us talking about the different benefits from it. It's cool to see the comments on our videos.
Yeah,
And that's how we get the feedback
that's
is,
true.
like I said, I had someone today, just helped me get off caffeine drinks. I was abusing caffeine, and this helped me get off. Had another first responder comment that I saw this morning. And so it's cool because for me, and I even have a video that that went somewhat viral of just me talking about how I want to get it in every car in America.
Yeah.
Because, just a couple months ago, there was someone, I was driving in my neighborhood and someone drove their truck into the side of the school.
Oh, fuck.
And,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh man, it must have been a student messing around and lost control of his truck. But no, it turns out it was a nurse
Oh,
driving home
shit.
after working, her shifts, and
Tired.
she straight fell asleep.
Yeah.
And again, if I could just help a few people, and again, we don't condone this as something that's
Right.
gonna like replace sleep and being smart. Like,
Yeah.
you still have to be smart about it. But if you've got a quick drive home, or you've just got a little bit stretched left of your trip, and you take that, and that allows you to be alert and get safely, and we can save a few lives. I mean, to me, that's worth it.
Yeah. No,
And so it
100%.
is a fun product, but we're also big on helping people out and being a solution, whether it's helping someone get off caffeine or getting home safely, getting better sleep,
Yeah.
whatever it may be. And that's the beauty of it. It's such a wide net that people are using it for.
And you're relatively new too, right? Like you just
Just
started
about
this.
6 months.
So how do you see this playing out in the future? What are your goals there?
So we'd like to get it in every gas station or truck stop,
Yeah.
in America. We want it to be something that people can have it accessible whenever they need it. So that's kind of our next step.
Yeah.
Is we'll still sell it online and stuff like that, but we've had tons of people saying, hey, you need this in truck stops.
Yeah.
We need this. So if someone's in need of something, instead of going in and buying an energy drink that's gonna mess up their sleep or anything else, they can just take this as an alternative. Again, I'm not saying that caffeine's bad or you shouldn't use caffeine, but there are certain situations where this is a much better option.
100%, dude. 100%. Well, two things. Number one, where can people find you? And I think as soon as you do that, I think people want to see you take the hard slap.
I'll take a slap. So you can find us. It's just noslap.com. So you can find us there. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So wherever you want to find us, if you want to watch our videos, you can find us there. And yeah, so you want me to take a
Let's do
slap
it.
here. So again, right now we just have peppermint is our main scent, but we'll have more scents going forward. So again, the cool thing about it is you can gauge it. So if you want just a little slap, you do that. You can squeeze it, and then if you want like an ultimate slap, if you're a power lifter, you can unscrew it and squeeze it, and then you're getting.
Oh shit.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
getting stronger than pretty much anything out there.
Yeah.
So we'll take a little slap.
I feel like it doesn't even hit you, dude. You're like, yeah, I'm so used to this already.
People ask that, like, hey, does it ever never not
Yeah, slap.
feel it? Again, I've done it hundreds of times, and it still slaps every single
Yeah.
time.
Well, dude, you're a champ because you took that better than Nick and better than me. So
Your first time's always
yeah,
a little bit more intense because you don't know what to
yeah.
expect.
Well, dude, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to be here.